Today, the 4th of June 2019, has been a devastating day in the Northern Territory. 5 crime scenes, 4 people deceased, 1 injured. This is not the Darwin we know. As Chief Minister, on behalf of Territorians, our thoughts are with the families and friends of the victims and everybody else who has been impacted. This is an active police investigation. There are a number of details still to be confirmed. There are some things we can say tonight. The alleged offender has been arrested and taken into custody. I understand when an event like this occurs, especially considering recent global events, people's fears turn to terrorism. I can confirm that we do not believe this is a terrorism incident. The Police Commissioner and I have briefed the Prime Minister and the Federal Leader of the Opposition. The Police Minister and I have remained available and briefed by police during this event. This may be an event you prepare for, but this is never an event you want to respond to. I thank our police and first responders. This has been an incredibly difficult night tonight. Territorians can be proud of those who serve us on our front line. I now invite the Police Commissioner to provide more briefing details.
Thank you, Chief. Around 5:45 p.m. this evening, we received a 000 call indicating there had been shots fired within the CBD area and a male armed offender was actively involved. We dispatched a number of our units, and as a result of that, we were able to track down that particular individual and take them into custody due to some very good work by both our Territory Response Group and our General Duties officers. Unfortunately and sadly, 4 people have lost their lives this afternoon. Our hearts and the police family and the wider community are with you tonight, and we're here to support all of our community and those that have lost their loved ones. A number of crime scenes have been declared. We have our major crime leading that investigation. We also are maintaining an active operation, meaning we have in excess of around 100 police who are involved at both those crime scenes and ensuring that we're maintaining our public safety across the Northern Territory. Let me be clear, at this stage, we do not believe this is terrorism related. This is one individual who has acted individually and unfortunately taken the action they have. He is currently being held in custody at the hospital at this point in time. I'm free for any questions.
Is there no second shooter involved, Commissioner, because there's been some speculation from witnesses?
No, there is not.
Can you tell us what those 5 locations are?
Yes, I can read them out to you. They are the Buffalo Club, Gardens Hill Crescent in the Gardens, the Palms Hotel, 17 Finnish Street, 9 Jolly Street, Woolner. We also have Coles Express. We also have a crime scene declared at the Peter McCauley Centre, where it appears he did try to enter that facility at a point in time. And we are actually working with our crime scene examiners at those sites and with our detectives.
Is it believed that this man has links to outlaw motorcycle gangs, Commissioner?
He is an individual who's well known to police and has a number of interactions adverse with the police force, so he is well known to us.
Was he on parole?
He was on parole.
Had he just been released from prison?
My information is I did speak this evening to the Corrections Commissioner. My information is around January of this year he was released on parole.
Was he targeting one individual because a number of witnesses said he kept repeating a name?
Look, we're still trying to establish the intent and the motivation behind this, but all I can say is that sadly people have lost their lives this evening.
Can you give us a timeline of what happened according to your understanding?
Roughly around that 5:45 there was some initial shots fired around Finniss Street, and then it appears he's moved using a vehicle which we have located and seized to those particular sites. We're working out the sequence of events and putting that together right now, and then around about an hour later we've been able to apprehend him after he did make contact with our duty superintendent, who did a magnificent job in negotiating with him and subsequently alerting police to his location.
What do you think was the offender's motivation?
We're not sure at this stage. There could be, I'm not going to speculate, and that's something we've got to work through with our detectives.
But you're saying, sorry, could you just clarify that point? You're saying that the offender, whilst after going on, I'll use the word rampage around Darwin, he contacted the duty superintendent and asked for some, what did he ask for? What did he say?
He asked to be placed into protective custody, which we did.
And could you describe a little more about what happened at Peter McCauley Centre? Do you think he was ill intended?
We believe at this stage, we're still putting together the chronology of events, but we do believe that he may have been trying to hand himself in. We're not too sure.
Commissioner, what weapons did he use?
At this stage, my information is that a shotgun was used. I'm not sure of the exact calibre and the description, but all of those details, we are going to be doing a more detailed briefing for you all first thing in the morning.
Those who are injured, what are the extent of their injuries? What sort of injuries do they have?
We have one person who's injured, not seriously, I believe may have wounds to their leg. That's the only information I have at this stage.
Do you believe that those who were injured and killed weren't known to this individual, that they were innocent bystanders in whatever rampage he was involved in?
We're still working through that, and we're actually looking at that. And when we actually have that information, we'll be happy to share that with you.
Do you believe that this was a premeditated attack, or was it a spur of the moment?
It's hard to say with these particular incidents. Obviously, it's unique in the territory, and that's what we're working through. We follow the evidence, and that's what we're going to be doing in this particular instance.
Was shots fired at the bus club, or was there some sort of other altercation at the bus club before the shots were first fired in Finniss Street?
I believe at this stage that shots were fired at the Buff Club.
It's been suggested that a fight, the gentleman became involved in a fight at the Bath Club, somebody pulled a knife, somebody pulled a gun. Is your information telling with that?
Look, we've heard of those reports. One of the things that we go through now is a very methodical process. As I said, it'll be evidence-based and intelligence-informed, and we'll follow that evidence both forensically and through interviewing. And one of the things I would ask for the public, if you do have information, you have taken video footage, you do want to make a statement, I'd encourage you to go to the Darwin front counter or ring 131 444 and contact police, because we're very keen to get as much information as we can from the community.
Commissioner, do we know the genders of the people who have been killed? Do we know if they're all men, if they're a mix of men and women?
4 males, and the injured person is a female.
And do you know ages of those people just yet?
I haven't got that information yet.
Can you explain where the deceased were shot?
At those individual locations, my information is the Buffalo Club, Gardens, the Palms, and in Jolly Street.
So one person at each location?
That's my initial information. I would want to clarify that we're still piecing all this together. You could probably imagine it's quite a large-scale investigation, quite complex. And again, we will clarify that with you as the investigation unfolds.
Where do you think that this incident began?
The first call that came in was from Finniss Street.
Have police been keeping track of this man since his release from prison? Has he been meeting any, his check-ins with police and things like that?
I'm not too sure, and that's where we are talking with the Corrections Commissioner about the parole and those particular movements, and that's an aspect of the investigation. We'll be undertaking those inquiries.
Is there any evidence that this gentleman might have been intoxicated or on drugs, or drugs involved in the incident in any any way?
That's something, again, we'll be looking into, and the detectives will no doubt be asking for samples and so on to clarify that.
Why is he in a hospital at the moment?
I believe he may have some sort of injury. It is a precaution too. If someone is apprehended and undertakes this, there's forensic procedures that we undertake, and sometimes that does require the assistance of a hospital.
To be clear, he hasn't been charged with anything at this stage.
Not at this stage.
Was he wearing an electronic monitoring bracelet?
I believe he was.
Do you know if the firearm was legally obtained?
I'm not sure of that. That's again another avenue inquiry for us that we're undertaking right now.
Commissioner, 4 people have been shot around our city. Can you assure the community that it is still a safe place?
Look, it was a first-class response. We do thank the community for making the calls to our call centre. We responded very quickly, and within the hour we were able to apprehend and take that person safely into custody. So I want to assure the public and reassure the public that safety of our community comes first for our officers. We're here to serve and protect, and that's what they did this evening.
Were any of our police officers injured, or are they all okay?
Not that I know of, but I do know that obviously a lot are affected by this. We're part of the community, and that's something that we're all feeling this evening.
Have the families of the victims been contacted at this stage?
I'm not too sure. We do set a structure up where we have our liaison officers, and we have our psychs and our welfare and our chaplain, so I believe they would have been.
When he attended the Peter McCauley Centre, was there any intention, you believe, that he planned to harm police?
We don't know at this stage.
Why did he contact how did he have the phone number for the Territory Duty Superintendent?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's a question I've asked, so when we know, I'm happy to share that with you.
Can you describe what happened after that call was placed?
After that call was placed, we were able to guide a unit to that particular location, a General Duties unit, and they were able to also have the support of the TRG, our Territory Response Group, who attended and successfully took him into custody.
Did he have the weapon on him, still the gun on him when he was arrested?
I believe he did, yes.
Are you aware of how many gunshots might have been fired during this entire incident?
No, however, we were told or were informed that there was multiple gunshots were fired.
When was the last time that we had an incident of this scale in the Northern Territory?
To my knowledge, would be a number of years ago, something of similar nature. Some of you may remember the Jonathan Stenberg incident, 6 days out at Berry Springs. That was about 7 or 8 years ago.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the gentleman you have in custody?
As in?
He's well known to police. I mean, it's been already said he's a 45-year-old Caucasian male, but clearly you have better information about him. What can you tell us?
Look, at this stage we can't, because the matter gets once he's charged, he's before the court. He's in custody. We have current processes we have to follow, but he is known to us on our information.
Forgive me, but just press you a little. Given that he's not been charged, presently is why I'm asking a question. Are you able to enlighten us a little more before he is charged? Just speculating that he might be.
I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, the fact that he's on parole, probably speaks for itself.
Was he a member of the Rebels motorcycle gang?
Not that I know of, but may have associated with those kind of entities.
Timing-wise, just looking at those 5 different locations, what time did the initial incident happen, and then sort of how quickly in succession did everything occur after that?
Yeah, we dispatched our units immediately. I think the call was around about 5:45 p.m. And then, as I said, within the hour we had him in custody.
Has he said anything since he's been in custody?
I'm not too sure. I know initially at his arrest he has, but obviously he did also speak to our duty superintendent, and all those conversations are being recorded and taken down and will be used in evidence.
Is he the head of the local chapter of the Outlaw Motorcycle Gang Commission?
Don't believe he is.
Are you aware how long he recently served in prison before he was released in January?
I don't know the exact time, but it would be more than a year.
And do you know what he was convicted of and why he was in prison in the first place?
Yes, I do, and that's something perhaps you may want to ask the Corrections Commissioner. We've got that information, but that's within his domain.
Would it have been some incidents, drug-related incidents in the northern suburbs where he bashed some people for baseball bats?
Oh, look, I'm not too sure, but he was known to us.
And was it linked at all to a recent drug bust or anything like that?
No.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.